Hi, my name is Dov Slansky, and I'm the VP of Strategy and Innovation at Litify, and I'm going to walk you through an overview of the Litify ELM platform. We're logged in and we're looking at our home page. Litify's ELM platform can be configured in a multitude of ways, giving you a home page that can be unique for each practice area, each department, each type of employee in your legal department. Today, I'm looking at my legal operations dashboard, and you can see that I'm looking at high-level metrics for the entire organization. Total spend, fees and expenses, spend per matter. We're looking at some invoices by status. We have links to calendars. And then we can even provide a different view, which, for example, if you were an attorney looking at this, we can go ahead and we can flip over to my attorney dashboard, which will give me a more specific look at matters that are assigned to me, as well as a list of the matters that I have under my name to work on. You can see really configurable, easy to use system starting from the moment you log in. Taking you through the entire life cycle of using the Litify ELM platform, I want to start with looking at our legal intake solution. Here we have an example portal that we can deploy. Also, everything here that you see is built on the Salesforce.com foundation. So everything here is in a single system. There are no integrations. Everything is part of the exact same application. We don't have to worry about passing data back and forth. It is all native in one single system. So we can deploy a portal. This can be a standalone portal. It could be a button on your intranet page. It could be a link to click on. We can even work with emails that get sent to the legal department, which we can then turn into a legal intake or a legal service request. And you can see that I have a bunch of different options here deployed for today. Everything which can be as simple as submitting a new matter request, or it can be as complex as perhaps looking for a new licensing agreement. And you can see that you can vary everything that you see on the screen. It's all configurable, including what is required, what is not required, the ability to attach documents. And you can deploy this to the entire organization, to individual users, to department heads, however it fits best into your workflow. The workflow engine that lives here will help organize and triage the legal intakes that are coming to your department, with the end result being that you're going to get those intakes submitted to you in a really clear and consistent fashion. Taking a look here, you can see I have a view of intakes that have come inside. You can see down the left, there's a list of all the intakes that are waiting for me. And clicking on them will bring up a different view of it on the right. So really easy to sift through and organize your intakes to be able to see what's being requested, what needs to be worked on, ultimately likely transferring them into a matter. When we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on my matters tab, I'm going to land here on a view of my matters, and you can see that I have them organized by different types of matters: litigation, mass tort, recovery, regulatory, transactions, and then within each of those sections, they are filtered between open and closed. There's all different types of views that you can have of your matters inside the system, showing you here that we can even go here and look at this in our traditional table view. I'm going to go ahead and open up one of the matters here to look at. Here's a view of the Hessington Oil matter. You can see if I have a lot of matters in my name, I get that same type of navigation where I can go ahead and I can quickly go in and out of matters on the side pane over here, opening up different matters for me to work on. Looking at the Hessington Oil matter, we have high-level information at the top: total fees, expenses, budgets, and reserves. You can see I have a status tracker going across the middle, and everything that you see here is configurable. Litify is a no-code environment, so everything you see here can be configured by your administrator. Details of the matter below, all of your relevant dates and fields that you need to keep track of. And then there's a host of matter management features that live within Litify. We have a full timeline of all of the work that has happened on this matter, both past and looking ahead into the future. So you can see I have tasks, I have calendar appointments, I have emails. We have a really great connection into your email system to be able to save emails into Litify and sync your calendar events directly into Litify. This is a chronological view. You can see we can actually open up each one of these to see more information about them. For the project managers, we can even overlay this in a Gantt chart view, so you can see how your deadlines stack up against each other. Under my Participants tab, I can see who is involved in this matter: internal and external participants, associated law firms, my outside counsel perhaps. I can toggle between who is currently active on this matter, who is inactive, as well as an all view, and really easily add people to be responsible for work on this matter. Under the guise of matter management, this is going to give me that 360-degree view into the work that's being done within any matter that I have. Under my Documents tab, there is a full document management application built natively into Litify. We have folders and subfolders so you can see any document that has been stored. I can open up any one of these folders and see the contents within them. Every one of these documents are going to give me an inline preview of that file. So when I click on it, I can see the actual document and I can toggle back and forth between different documents that I have inside the system. Everything is going to be OCR'd, so I can search both by the name of the file itself as well as by the contents of that file with a really deep search. From a navigation perspective, I can even traverse through all of my folders like you would in a traditional Finder or Explorer view to make it really easy to see everything that I am looking for within this matter. Not only is this a full document storage and organization platform, when you're looking at any one of the documents inside here, you'll notice we have the document itself. We have all of the metadata that's associated with that document, and we connect into your local desktop applications such as Word or Excel or Adobe or PowerPoint. So when you are editing your documents, we can check them out, we can check them back in, and we can automatically version them. So no more wondering if it's a final copy of a document, who edited it last. You can see a full version history along with a complete audit trail, and even the ability to share a document externally by creating a link that can be sent outside of your organization. Not only is this a document management, storage, and organization, there is a full document generation application here as well, where I can generate a document based on a template. Taking any one of my document templates that I see here, I can go ahead and I can merge information that's already been input into Litify and produce a finished copy of that document, saving time, making things more efficient and more accurate for my team so they don't have to create documents from scratch every single time. And you can see we're going to land on a generated documents view where I actually have that entire document freshly generated right now that I can go ahead and I can work on. I can edit it, I can print it, I can email it. This document is fully available to use for me right now. Moving along through some other features on our matter, we have a full budget application here as well. Taking a look under my budget tab, you can see we can do monthly, quarterly, and annual budgets separated by vendor, separate for fees and expenses. We have a full budget tracking system here. So whether you create budgets or whether you ask your outside counsel for budgets or whether you just want to budget internally on a matter or a practice area level, you can track everything that you see directly inside of our budget application. So I'll open up my Q3 budget. You can see Q3 is open right now. I have an approved budget for my law firm of Pierce Inspector. You can see separated out what I budgeted under fees and expenses. And everything here is going to track against the invoices that get sent in. You'll notice I have my total budget is $435,000. Under that, there's $9,000 worth in progress, so not paid or approved, $197,000 that has been paid or approved, with the remaining $237,000. Litify even supports full international multi-currency. So whether I'm looking at this budget in US dollars or I want to look at it in the Swiss franc perhaps, you will see that everything here is going to automatically change for the currency that you are operating in. So for large multinational global organizations, whether you're looking at it in your home currency or in the submitted currency, you can easily toggle back and forth and be up to date on any of the currency changes that you need. Under my Financials tab, I can see invoices, I can see budgets and accruals, and this is going to allow me to get into my full invoice review process. Opening up an invoice, we can see invoice header information. So this is a leads file that was submitted over to Litify. We can also parse PDF files as well. Opening up, we have my header information. I have summary on the right, again with full multinational, international currency support. So looking at this in the US dollar or in the Hungarian HUF, everything is going to change based on that, making it really easy to understand invoices that have come from other locations and in other currencies as well. We're tracking against our budget in the same way that we were before. So this is a specific invoice tracked against the budget. And then down below, I have all of my invoice line items. Visual filters to help with my review process. Type, timekeeper, role, and code, they are all live and clickable, so this can help me dial in my invoice process. You'll notice that we have all of your guidelines built into the system, so you can see that this invoice came in with a couple of errors. I can quickly toggle over and I can see what those errors are, so those tripped up some of my guidelines. And I can actually go ahead and review all of the invoice line items right here. We have visual indicators for adjustments that have been made both up and down. You can see a history, who was last adjusted by, or if there is an error that is outstanding on it. And for compliance purposes, there is a full audit history of everything that's been done. So you can see under my adjustment history, you can see every adjustment that has been made. So for compliance, you not only have to worry about what is currently in the system, but you have a full audit trail of every adjustment that was made to each individual line item. We can even do things like a dynamic discount, which is the ability to manage discounting on an invoice basis. So you can see what that would look like. Under my little preview dynamic discount field over here, you can see that if I have an early pay discount, for example, with a firm, I can preview what that looks like directly in line in my invoice. We'll take a look at the vendor portal now. Now we're looking from the outside counsel perspective. The Litify vendor portal can be completely configured for your look and feel, your colors, your logos, however you'd like this to look. And we're not just going to give your outside counsel a place where they can drop off an invoice, but they can actually collaborate and manage their matters directly within the portal. It starts with full dashboards that you can deploy to them for their matters. So whether it's looking at invoices that are currently under review, or perhaps matters that have either approached or gone over budget, giving them a view into their accruals to actuals, you can put information in their fingertips so that they are up to date and knowledgeable on what's happening. Of course, they can go ahead and they can submit an invoice for review. We have a full leads importer. We can even create manual invoices for review. They can submit their timekeepers for review as well. You'll notice we can put, again, reports and dashboards on the homepage for them. They can import their timekeepers here. And every one of these pages can also have the ability to give them help and guidance. So you can see here that we can actually show them instructions for what you want them to do. Looking at my Matters tab, same thing. We can have dashboards on the matter. And I'll open up a matter so you can get a sense for what your outside counsel can actually do inside the system. Under a unique set of permissions, you can expose matters to them and open up a true collaboration space where they can see details on the matter. You can give them the ability to upload documents, send in a note, update fields, but this is going to give you real-time collaboration. This is not under integration. It is the exact same data. Everything happens in real time. Vendor management takes place inside of Litify as well. So looking at Pierce Inspector, we can see I am tracking my volume-based discounts here on the right, all of their information here. I can see relevant contacts or timekeepers that have been set up inside the system. I can also see demographic information by the firm itself. So we give you the ability to really break down your outside counsel law firms, use that information in the most helpful way. Full scorecarding is available as well, along with vendor surveys and feedback. Wrapping things up with our reports and dashboards. So we'll start by taking a look at my legal operations dashboard, similar to the one that we saw on the homepage of Litify. Everything here is live. You can click into this data and you can actually open up the underlying reports. So if I want to look at my spend by vendor over time, I have a helpful graph here. I can actually open up the underlying report and expose all of the raw data to help me make my decisions. Again, it's all filterable and clickable. If I wanted to click on any one of these data points, the table down below reflects that change. Some other examples, outside counsel spend dashboard. What you'll notice here, spend by matter type, by practice area. We actually have filters that can be deployed to help you narrow this down. So I can look at this for the entire organization or show this just for a single vendor. I'll now open this up under Pierce Inspector, no data, but watch what happens when I go to DLA Piper. We are now going to get some other data showing up because this is going to filter the entire dashboard for that single vendor. As I mentioned, from your portal, when your vendors are submitting timekeepers, you can have them submit any demographic information you'd like. Optional, of course, but you can require them to submit this information if you'd like, and then break it down on dashboards inside of Litify as well. All of this data is available to you. All of these dashboards can be filtered, can be configured. It is all no code. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out.